Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Stardrive episode 6, and it's the episode you all have been waiting for. The episode where we decide to go to war with the Opteris. I'm moving my no-name fleet, the fleet that I actually lost names to, which, can I fix that now? Nope, still can't fix it. Still gonna bother me. Well, the fleet that I had actually lost my name to here, we're moving them into position to get ready for war. I expect this will be no easy task. If I remember correctly, the Opteris had 64 total starships, but I've got 103. So I should have them pretty beat. Military strength, I'm number 2. Who's number 1? The pollops. The peace-loving, pacifist, generalist pollops are number 1 military strength, but I'm number 2. Scientific strength, I'm absolutely terrible. But military strength, I'm number 2, so the Opteris shouldn't be too much of an issue. Now, I've got my first fleet down here, and they're just kind of guarding this system here. That's what I want them doing anyway, so can we please get into some type of normal, decent formation? And then my third fleet, which is being built, I need them to kind of form up. They're going to guard. So basically, these are the two systems that'll probably experience the most harassment from the Opteris when we do go to war. So they're going to guard my systems there. Whereas the core fleet here kind of goes in there and does God's work and just wipes everybody out. And let's see. And my bomber fleet's still being built. And I will need them, but I don't need them right now. How are we on troops? I have a good amount of troops on Tor here, my home planet, with a bunch of other troops coming, and I'm just gonna queue those up to be built. So we'll get the troops into position when I feel the time is necessary. But let's do it. So we're going to war with them. We're gonna start setting ourselves up to be in position now. I don't really know how this is gonna turn out. It could be the best thing in the world or the worst thing in the world. I'm not entirely sure, but we're going to declare war. Hostile relations initiated. Here we go. So we're moving in right now on this planet. It's going to be my first planet that I'm going to go in there. And once I'm in this war for just a little bit longer, I'm actually going to call upon the pollops to hopefully join me in glorious battle. We've got an Opteris force spotted here in this system. Very well. That's exactly why I positioned all these ships to be ready. I expected them to come in here and try to do something. What do they got? They're sticking something on me here. Nope, that's just nope, nothing too special. Why don't we move here into their system? Okay, so what I need is troops to actually do these invasions. Let's go here to Tor. There it is. We're going to launch our troops here. Actually get in on here. Grab up all of our troops. And send them to do a land invasion, which I actually could probably just click on the planet here and launch it. But we'll just do it manually like that. I've got my fleet kind of just on standby right there. I want to protect my troops until they actually make landfall. And then once my troops make landfall, I'll worry about other things. Alright. Colonists are being killed off somewheres. Alright, so far we've yet to see a hostile Opteris fleet come in. I'll consider that a good sign. My biggest thing is definitely hoping that I do not get attacked by anybody else while I'm trying to deal with the Opteris. And it looks like my bomber fleet's starting to finally get formed up. My bomber fleet's going to be for attacking planets that have massive amounts of troops on it, which this one does not. This one should be somewhat easily capturable. In 2 ways. First gun emplacements deal 1 guaranteed damage to each landing troop. Second gun emplacements Act as a defensive unit in ground invasions or incapable of performing moderate hard target attacks. So the only thing we're going to have to deal with here, it looks like, is a gun turret that they've got here on land, which is fine. I don't think that'll be an issue. Here comes the landing force now. There they go, heading on in. They should actually be making landfall now. They are, so we're going to war here with the gun placement. And all of these guys just to kind of get into position there. I have them set up to kind of wage war themselves. I could go through and individually control all of these units, but that would definitely be just way more than I'd like to. Oh, what do they got here? Oh, probably just a freighter. Yeah, just delivering production to that planet. That's fine. I'll take production until I capture that planet, which, by the way, has a what? Richness of 0.9 and nothing else. So I guess it's going to be my planet for good, even though it's not really that great of a planet. They're all going for the gun placement there. There we go. And the planet is mine. So we've captured that planet from the Opteris. Very, very easy enough. Let's move into this system here. And prepare to capture some other planets. We'll have to go into here and actually launch all of our troops. And if I go into Empire here, we will set this up to be a research planet. Yeah, sure, why not? Let's set this up to be a research planet. I'm good with having a planet that's just dedicated to research, since it's got no fertility whatsoever and a very moderate richness. It's not that bad of a planet for research. But we will click on it and launch our troops. Let me pause for a second because I appear to have something else going on here. But let's go perform an invasion on this planet here, which has a richness of 1.4 but no fertility, so I can make that a production only planet. I gotta be careful and watch my credits here and make sure that I don't go broke. What are they sending in here? Just want to make sure that they're not sending troops. Are those troops? They're definitely not anything else. Those look like those might be troops. Where is my no-name fleet? Come here. Should just click on you up here. Here, you go here and defend this system for a bit. I've got my first fleet here, or was it the third fleet? The third fleet's in here, and they're enough to do what they need to do. And then as for troops, they can land on here and start capturing this. It shouldn't really take anything. Enemy doesn't have any troops on there. Oh, here we go. We've got what appears to be massive Opteris fleet moving in. Definitely not good, but not that bad either, because here comes my core fleet right now. And just warp right in on the middle of them. Yeah, they've got a bunch of troops here. As well as some... Well, I was going to say some other stuff, but it doesn't look like they have anything else. Let's grab up our core fleet here. We definitely need to protect this planet at all costs. So we'll divert their attention towards that. Especially with their massive landing force coming in. They've got a bunch of fighters. My fighters should be able to handle their fighters. My corvettes, maybe not as much. They seem to have diverted their troops. They actually did not make landfall there. Maybe knowing that I'm capturing their planets up here made them change their minds. I did, though, capture their planet up here. Which is good. So where's that planet? Devex Rock, which is set up as industrial, and I'll stick with that. I'll have that be an industrial only planet. Not an issue. So we got this planet's set up to do research, but he's not actually doing research. He's doing production. He's got to build up more. I guess he's got to produce research, or produce I'm sorry, make production so he can build outposts and labs and stuff to do research. That makes sense. And then we'll set this one up for production, just strict production. Okay, things are looking good. I should have my other fleet finished. I'm thinking I should get some, let's click on this planet here. Let's get some more troops produced on this planet. Pause the game for a second because things are happening outside my view. Really, Opteris are spotted in this system, an invasion fleet. Okay, no issue. We'll grab up our core fleet here and send them to defend. Okay, and let's see. Does this... Which planet has all my troops on it? This planet here. Let's launch them and move them on to the next planet, which is... should be one of these ones over here, unless... Yeah, this one right here. Easy enough. And how's this going to be for battle? Yikes. Holy crap. Wait, before my troops make landfall. Just hang out in the system for a second. Don't do anything. We definitely do not want to make landfall there. Let me get my bomber squad. Move them in. We'll try to soften up those troops that are on that planet before I just go in there. Third fleet's moving in on there to provide some support. How's our core fleet doing? They're moving. There they go. We'll wait till they actually jump in the system. This enemy's invasion fleet here is acting kind of funny, so they shouldn't be much of an issue. There we go. Battle has commenced. Ooh. Sure, I'll trade with you, Kolrathi. Or, not, you're not the Kolrathi. I'm the Kolrathi. You're the Relay Devoted. I'll trade with you, Relay Devoted. I most certainly will. For the Pollops, hey Pollops, you want to join me in this war? Since, even though I don't really need help, I could definitely use it. Let's see. No, that's not what I wanted. Let's discuss the Opteris. We want you to declare war on them. Okay, let's make fertilizer out of them. Alright, so now we've managed to drag the Pollops into this war as well. Oh, this will turn out very interesting very quickly, I fear. Or I feel. Alright, making short work of their fleet for the most part. Our core fleet has taken some losses, I can see from up here. But other than that, we're not too bad. Let's, we've got our bomber fleet right here. They're in on this, so we want them to bomb the hell out of this place. We'll just click bombard actually like that. And then we'll take a look at that once it actually commences. But you'll see the bombing fleet here just kind of coming in. And they'll start circling around it, and we'll start doing some bombing. Now, there we go. There is ways to prevent people from bombing. You can have planet shields, planetary shields and such like that, but obviously these guys don't. And as you can see, they're getting their troops off there because with us bombing it, they already know that it's not good for them to be there, which is when our third fleet here will come in and do some damage on them. But they do have their troops getting off the planet. So let's actually take a look at the land as we bomb it. There we go. So doing a lot of damage to them. Now, like I said, bombing planets isn't always the best thing to do, because you do damage all the buildings that are around there that you could just potentially capture. But when a planet is just full of that many troops, there's really no point in trying to go in there and fight them all if you don't have to. Alright, so it looks like we've done a good job defending this area here. Why don't we send... Oh, they blew up one of our subspace projectors. You can see it right here. So I'll place another one back. Alright. Now Runchi. Runchi is a planet I definitely want. So let's get our... oh, hello, big invasion fleet coming in. That's okay, though. Let's head on in on Runchi, because that's a planet that I've had my eyes on for a while. They are sending kind of a small invasion fleet towards where? Where are they going? I can see where they're going because... They're flying through my system right now, so I kind of got their heading in their course. It looks like they're going for the Relay Devoted. Are those two at war with each other? They are. The Relay Devoted are at war with the Opteris, who are at war with me, the pollops, and... Oh, yeah. The Opteris are doomed. We'll let their invasion fleet just run off and do their own thing. Then clearly the Opteris have already considered me not to be as much of an enemy. I do want to capture Runchi, so let's send our troops down there to do that. And how does Runchi look? Oh yeah, just a gun placement, but a lot of really good stuff on there. Definitely a planet that I want to have. So as soon as my core fleet warps in there, starts doing some damage, we'll consider the system ours. Let's grab up our third fleet and move into this system, at least right outside of it. As well as our bombers, we'll kind of get outside of the system. And that's what we'll do. Now, whether or not I want a planet will basically make the difference between whether I just bomb it out of existence or if I actually try to capture it and make it mine. So as you can see, a Lend 3 here, I'm just going to bomb that out of existence with a population of 0.6 and 0.3 protection, just worthless. Same with a Lend 1, but a Lend 2 has a 2.2 and a 1.1. So 2.2 fertility, 1.1 richness. Definitely a planet that I can see being a part of my empire. Okay, real quickly, so Opteris troops are landing on Squeezer. Okay, so I've got troops on Squeezer. They're probably going to take it. Oh, wait, did that... No, that must have been a while ago. I guess that was the invasion that I ended up stopping. Okay, so we can close that out. We got shipyards unlocked and some other stuff. All right. They're blowing up more of my subspace projectors. It's getting a little annoying. They already took another one out that was here. But that's the way to do it. We've got an invasion fleet that looks like it's trying to land here on this world. Where's my nearest response fleet? Because I don't think I have one now. I kind of messed up. My third fleet was my response fleet. My core fleet's off, and then this fleet's protecting my home world. We're going to move them up to intervene, especially since I do have some people nearby. And they're landing on the system, so I'm probably not going to be able to defend it in time. Oh yeah, they've just dropped everything they can on that system. On that planet. But I'm still going to move my fleet in anyways to do some damage, and then I'll have to move my troops back in to retake that. But here we go. We're moving in on this planet here right now, which was a planet that I definitely wanted earlier. It was going to make a production planet. They captured that planet that they attacked earlier. Nothing I can do about it now. We're going to land troops on this planet here. Oh, they've got a big space station here. Holy crap. Oh, we destroyed it, though. That could have been very bad, but luckily it didn't end up as bad as it could have been. Once we get our troops on there, I should have some more troops queued up. Where did I queue troops up? I thought it was in this system. Doc's World, potentially, or Gremlin's Vice. Oh, it was definitely Gremlin's Vice. Okay. So let's go into Gremlin's Vice real quick. We'll launch these troops. And I want to use these troops to recapture this planet here. I actually just click on troops there. Oh, well, actually, let's set it to be bombarded. Do I want this planet, actually? That's the question. No, you know what? This planet's worthless. It's just not a good planet. So let's set a recourse there for our troops. And we set it up to be bombarded, so our bomber fleet should already be moving in. Or at least positioning themselves to where they can do that. Mercantilism unlocked. Let's go back to the research screen real quick and go into energy and start getting some energy weapons. We'll get some beam weapons. Gains Empire-wide 20% bonus to the amount of power that is stored in fuel cells. We'll grab up that. Let's go for potentially medium armor fuel cell. Let's go for cruisers and carriers because we do want to go for capital ships soon. Actually, carriers might be a little too much too quickly. Let's go for xeno farming and then vertical farming. Try to get some of that food kind of flowing around so we can increase population even more. I think that'll work out for us pretty well. Invasion fleet. So I guess they're trying to stop me down here. Is that what they're doing? Or I got this planet set up to be bombed. Is it getting bombed? I guess not. Let's move our bomber fleet over here so we can do this bombing, actually. And then once we bomb it, the troops will probably try to escape the planet, and when that happens, it'll be mine. The Rathi system. Landed on Docks World. Crap. We got troops landing on Docks World. The only thing I can do in this situation is bring my troops in. They've got a lot of troops. They're probably going to capture that. I'll recapture it back. That bomber fleet's just going to bomb this planet out of existence, which is better than nothing. Let's get this fleet here. Send them up here. Help protect that system. Let's grab up our third fleet and head into here so we can actually do some damage. I don't believe we'll make it into Docks World in time, but that's okay. I will win it back, even though it's going to be kind of annoying. I do know that I will take it back. I believe I was going to try and bombard this world, but now I've got my bombers all tied up. This is my core fleet here, which actually... Ooh. Let us open our borders to another and increase our friendship. Sure, why not, humans? I mean, we are going to probably go to war with each other eventually, but... Let's go to my fleet screen real quick. Click my core fleet here, and we're going to rebuild up the fleet since it has missed a lot of ships. And is there any other fleets here? It looks like the other ones are fine, except for the bomber fleet, which is rebuilding a couple bombers. Okay, first fleet moving into position. Where is this planet? Here we go. Grab up our bomber fleet. Let's do some good old bombing, which should make these troops probably evacuate that. Okay, as for Docks World, how's that holding up? Okay, so they managed to get it back at the last second, but it wasn't the best. You are doing a lot of research. Devex Rock, 1.4 in richness. I have you set up for industrial, but you're doing research. Why don't you just keep focusing on research? I'm fine with that. And everything else should be set up to core. Okay. Good to know. Gremlin's Vice. I need you to potentially build some biospheres, maybe? Can't do that? I guess because you're set up. Well, let's do some troops then. Let's get some troops on this planet. Like so. Really? Is there Opteris in my home system? Because that would make me extremely upset. How's the bombing going up here? They're not moving their units. They're just slowly taking it. There's not going to be much left. We're just going to bomb this planet out of existence. I have no reason to keep it. There we go. Love it. I like the way that looks, just picturing it just bombing that planet. It just gives me a good feeling inside. Alright, I guess nobody owns the planet now. Fantastic. Let's grab up our bomber fleet. I've got some more work for them to do. I want them to head down here and bomb this planet. They've got a scout fleet in here. That's not going to do much good for them. I've got a set of troops in here that I thought about capturing. Was it this planet I wanted to capture? Yeah, but I want to bomb it a little bit because they got a lot of troops on here. So I do have troops in here ready to capture this planet, but we're just going to bomb it a little bit and just do some damage. Third fleet here is still engaging on these guys. I think we are, yes, we are out of time for this episode. So I ran this one a little bit longer, no big deal. But so far so good. We're at war with the Opteris. We dragged the pollops into war with us, which is very good. So we will hopefully, next episode, we will knock the Opteris out of Runchi here and maybe out of Elend as well and start working more towards their home system, which is Opteris right there. And just slowly kind of get rid of these guys. That'll be the plan. And then I think we'll end up turning our attention towards the Relay Devoted. I'd like to build up relations with the humans and the pollops and maybe go for a diplomatic victory with them by forming a federation and knocking the Opteris and Relay Devoted out. So I think that is my plan for victory in this game. However, I do hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you next time.